Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano provides big, huge Arsenal updates. Let's dive into it all. So, Kepa, we're starting off with today. Kepa to Arsenal, here we go. Done deal for the Spanish goalkeeper to join Arsenal as a new backup for David Raya. Arsenal activate 5 mil clause from Chelsea. All documents are now sealed. One more addition for Arteta after Martin Zubimendi. Kepa to Arsenal as a backup. It's okay. It's a good deal. For 5 million, you can't go wrong. Played 31 games in the season last season. I actually thought he was okay at times for Bournemouth, but that is his level. As a backup for Arsenal to come in and do a job in the cup games, I suppose you can't really go wrong with this sort of business, but this is another goalkeeper now that Mikel Arteta has signed. I've lost count of how many goalkeepers Arsenal have signed. They must have signed, since Arteta's come in, at least 4 or 5 goalkeepers, backups and starters. And this is where, where's this money going? It's going on rubbish that you don't need right now. But as a bit of business for £5 million, you cannot go wrong. This deal has been closed for some time. Kepa to Arsenal, here we go. Just a bit for the Arsenal fans. Some news before we dive into the bigger news for Arsenal. Thomas Partey is set to leave Arsenal as a free agent at the end of the month. Story from last week confirmed Arsenal have already activated options to replace Thomas Partey, with Nordgaard talks ongoing with Brentford. I thought he had a really good season last season, Thomas Partey. I thought, for me, from an outsider, I thought he was their best midfielder over the course of last season. His numbers massively improved in terms of staying fit, played 35 games, 4 goals and 2 assists. For me, over the course of the season, in terms of consistency and what he provided, he was their best midfielder. And yes, he's 32 years of age. I would have kept him around at the football club if I was Arsenal. Hence why now they are now close. Basically, they have reached an agreement. Arsenal and Cristiano Ronaldo have reached an agreement on personal terms as the player wants the move. Brentford informs on player's decision as club-to-club talks to continue to get deal over 10 million euros after opening bid. This is a really good piece of business, but this is the piece of business that you want towards the end of the window, once you've done all your business that you're supposed to do, bringing in a left winger, bringing in the striker that Arsenal have needed over the past couple of years. This is a piece of business that you do towards the end of the window. It's like, okay, we've done all our main business that we needed to get done. What other bits and bobs can we get done to maybe just improve the bench, improve the squad overall? These are the type of signings you do. Christian Nordgaard played 34 games last season, 5 goals and 4 assists. For me, as depth, this is a really, really good player to bring into a club. You know, you can offer many positions. You can play in that 6, that 8. You can play as a double pivot. You can play as that combative midfielder, can drive with the ball. Overall depth, it is a good signing. Christian Nordgaard, for the price as well. I mean, he is, 32 years of age, so you're not going to be paying loads of money anyway. As a stopgap signing for the next year or two, to probably bring in that long-term midfielder that you would want, it's not a bad piece of business. However, your midfielders need to hit the ground running, because Thomas Partey was your best player last season. You know, at times carrying that midfield. And when Martin Odegaard's not showing up, when you've got Declan Rice taking months to get into the season, you're going to need that midfield to step up, and Thomas Partey was that. Is Odegaard going to do that? I don't know. But we are going to have to wait and see. For the price, for a 2-3 year deal, you can't really complain. Good piece of business, but it's a piece of business that you do towards the end of the window. in my opinion. Moving on to the last bit of news for the Arsenal fans. Arsenal will go for the Swedish striker Victor Gyökeres, as he has been their number one target for the summer. The player he has wants to join Arsenal. It's up to the club to agree a deal with Sporting. This has been a case for ongoing months. For the past 3-4 months, Arsenal want Victor Gyökeres. For probably since January, to be honest with you. And we're at a point now is where it's like, when's Arsenal going to make up their decision? Because pre-season is in a couple of weeks for all the Premier League clubs. Surely you would want your main striker, your main target, to be in for pre-season. And this is where they're messing about. Have Arsenal got the mentality, the mindset to get over the line, because you're faffing about which striker you want, whether that is Victor Gyökeres, whether that is Benjamin Sesko. And this season is setting up where it's going to be really, really all hands on deck. Pressure is going to be on Mikel Arteta, because let's say they do end up going getting Benjamin Sesko, not Victor Gyökeres, and that signing absolutely flops, and then Andre Berta wanted Gyökeres, I reckon Mikel Arteta gets the sack. I really, really do. And that's why I think in his mind, is he thinking, I've got to get this right now. Pressure is finally when it should have been for the past 2-3 years. Pressure is finally going to be on. There's going to be no excuses. I've got to get this striker correct. And that's why it may be taking a bit of time. Originally, Sporting's agreement was, I think, 60 million. It's now 85 million. So are they now weighing up the options? Is Gyökeres worth that price? For me, yes, compared to the price of Benjamin Sesko. Benjamin Sesko is going to cost you 60 to 70 million quid. Gyökeres, pay that extra 15 million, scored over 100 goals over the past 3 seasons. And if he can come in and at least do 40% of that, it's a good signing. He's proven it in the Champions League. And I do believe he is a good striker. You know, this is a guy that got 39 goals last season in their league. In the Champions League, he got 6 goals. The season before that, he got 4 goals. For Sweden, in the Euro qualifiers, he got 3 goals and assists in 8 games. So it's not even really about this guy turns up in just his league. He turns up in the Champions League. I think 7 goals and assists in 8 matches for a team that is bang average in Sporting Lisbon is a really good return. And those numbers, I do believe, would convert over to Arsenal. So it is going to be interesting to see how this all goes down. But Arsenal are at a point now where they've got to be making a decision now. It's Gyökeres or Sesko. That's it. We're sticking with them. But just to round up, Arsenal and Gyökeres still ongoing. Thomas Partey is leaving. Kepa to Arsenal. Here we go. And Arsenal have agreed personal terms with Christian Nordegaard on an agreement over there. People, make sure you're smashing that like button and you are subscribing to the channel as we're on that road to 1.7k subscribers. Take care and goodbye.